Coming up on this episode of Exterra Adventures, we travel to the island of Lanai on a sailing catamaran. Then hit the moving targets at Lanai Pine Sporting Clays.
There we go.
Ride the spectacular and untouched trails of Lanai. And later, go kayaking and snorkeling on Lanai's southwestern coastline. This is Exterra Adventures. The island of Lanai has earned the nickname of Hawaii's most enticing island, and it's easy to see why. Lanai is a destination of untouched tranquility and a true getaway. The island is easily accessible with short daily flights from Honolulu or Maui. You can also catch the Expeditions ferry service from Lahaina on Maui and be at Manele Harbor on Lanai in about an hour. But for the ultimate way to see Lanai, a Trilogy sailing tour is definitely the way to go. One of the tours offered by Trilogy is called the Ultimate Seafari. This tour begins at Lahaina Harbor on Maui and takes guests on a one-of-a-kind adventure to Lanai. Sailing aboard one of the magnificent Trilogy catamarans, this trip will make you feel like king or queen for the day.
Trilogy is most known for our all-day Lanai trip, which leaves from Maui, and it takes our guests over to the island of Lanai for the entire day. And what's special about that trip is that Trilogy is the only boat company that has permission to go over to the island and spend the day with our guests on the beach there. We just really take care of our guests throughout the day and give them an authentic Hawaiian sailing experience.
Upon arrival on Lanai, the adventure possibilities are endless. There's spectacular snorkeling in Lanai's pristine waters. Or for an even closer look at Lanai's remote and dramatic coastline, there's blue water rafting. A rafting expedition on Lanai gives guests a chance to see schools of spinner dolphins, or a chance to kayak and stand-up paddle in a truly amazing Hawaiian setting.
Going to Lanai, there's a broad range of activities you can do. You can be that person that just wants to lay at the beach and enjoy the sunshine and have a total relaxation moment and just be pampered for the day. Or they want to come out and feel like they've gotten a workout and tried something that's a little out of the box, more active and outgoing.
For a unique adventure on Lanai, hop on board with the folks at Trilogy Excursions. Rising majestically from the stunning white sands of Lanai's southern coastline is the Four Seasons Resort Lanai at Manele Bay. This resort is truly an oceanside paradise, offering an unforgettable experience for the adventure traveler. Snorkel and swim amongst teams of colorful reef fish and spectacular marine life. Or relax on a perfect white sand beach. The Four Seasons Resort Lanai at Manele Bay offers all the amenities you could want with the most spectacular views on Earth. Part of this magnificent resort is the Challenge at Manele. This 18-hole Jack Nicklaus designed golf course truly lives up to its name. Built on lava outcroppings, the course features 3 holes on cliffs, which use the Pacific Ocean as a water hazard. With dramatic, unspoiled natural terrain and a stunning backdrop, the Challenge at Manele offers a one-of-a-kind golfing quest. For a truly unforgettable experience, make sure the Four Seasons Resort Lanai at Manele Bay is part of your next Hawaiian vacation. Exterra Adventures is presented by Four Seasons Resorts Lanai. 2 exceptional Four Seasons experiences on 1 private Hawaiian island. New degree men adventure, protection for extreme adventure. And by Paul Mitchell, your hairstylist's favorite since 1980.
What inspires you? Paul Mitchell, your stylist's favorite since 1980.
Only one airline flies non-stop to Hawaii from more gateway cities. The airline that still provides complimentary meals, pillows, and blankets, and flies all roomy, wide-body planes to the islands. Only one airline has earned the nation's #1 ranking for service quality and performance. Only one airline is Hawaiian.
Hidden within the Central Highlands on the secluded island of Lanai is the magnificent Four Seasons Resort Lanai, the Lodge at Ko'ele. This resort shares a unique perspective of Hawaii's natural beauty, offering visitors peaceful tranquility and access to adventures on land and at sea. Infused with upcountry plantation charm, the resort's 102 luxurious rooms and suites are the epitome of class and comfort. On the spacious and spectacular property, guests can enjoy the crisp highland air amidst lush gardens, riding stables, pagoda, and ponds. Part of the resort is the Experience at Ko'ele. This 18-hole Greg Norman designed championship golf course offers stunning views of mountains and lush greens with the ocean in the distance. Playing around here will ensure you bragging rights no matter what your score. For a truly unforgettable experience, make sure the Four Seasons Resort Lanai, the Lodge at Ko'ele, is part of your next Hawaiian vacation. Just a short shuttle ride from the Four Seasons Lodge at Ko'ele is where you'll find an explosive, one-of-a-kind resort activity.
Pull.
For more than a decade, Lanai Pine Sporting Clays has established itself as a world-class shooting range. Known as skeet or trap shooting, Lanai Pine features 14 stations spread over its tree-lined course, reintroducing visitors and residents alike to this age-old sport.
We have 2 trap machines at each station, and they throw a variety of different colors and targets in different angles and directions, sort of like to mimic game birds, as this is how sporting clays originally originated in England as a way for hunters to practice. We're just going to do a quick gun fit here, right in there. Bring your hand right up.
Lanai Pine Sporting Clays covers all ability levels, providing each guest with expert instruction and equipment, all in a safe and spectacular setting. Shooters move from station to station, where each target reflects the actions of a particular variety of game.
We're on station number 5 in the course, the rabbit station. This particular target is going to come out of this house in the background. It bounces along the ground, so we call this the bouncing bunny or the bouncing rabbit.
Even for experienced shooters, sporting clays makes it a challenge.
I grew up hunting, but never had a facility like this to shoot at. Now you're in a controlled situation where you can practice on different things. If a particular shot gives you problems, you can sit here until you figure it out.
Let's bring the gun down to the ground here where the rabbit is.
And for the novices, the pros at Lanai Pine will work with you to get the best out of the experience.
Not too bad, Michelle. And within half a dozen to dozen shots, we got you breaking targets, okay? Not everybody breaks a lot of them, but there's been very, very few times that nobody's walked out here without hitting some targets, so we can get you there.
The bunny was a little more challenging just because it was bouncing as opposed to the clay targets up in the air. We're going to go to another station and we'll see what I do there.
Well, we're at station 14. This is our signature station.
Beautiful.
Isn't that pretty? And the island off in the distance there, and you can just barely make out the white beaches. That's Molokai. All right, Michelle.
Families and children are also welcome to join in on the fun. But for those not quite ready to handle the shotguns, they also offer air rifles and an archery range.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Whether taking hold of a bow and arrow or a shotgun, make it your aim to check out Lanai Pine Sporting Clays. Calling Lanai City a city may be a bit of a stretch. While this city serves as the island's capital, it has a uniquely Hawaiian small-town look and feel. No traffic lights or hustle and bustle here. Surrounding the majestic pine trees of Dole Park is a surprisingly wide array of shops and places to eat. Visitors and locals alike can peacefully stroll the quiet streets of Lanai City and enjoy a one-of-a-kind shopping or dining experience. At the eastern end of the Lanai City Square is the newly opened Lanai Culture and Heritage Center. This center was established to celebrate the rich natural and cultural history of the island of Lanai.
When people come to Hawaii, and specifically come to Lanai, they have the opportunity to have a one-of-a-kind experience. The opportunity to walk out to Keahiakawelo, a place now called Garden of the Gods, or to travel the trail across Lanai, Monroe Trail over the mountain, the vistas, the view planes. You know that from Lanai, if you're not running all the way or mountain biking all the way, if you stop for a moment and look, you can see the island of Hawaii, Maui, Kaho'olawe, Molokai, and Oahu, nearly the entire island group from this island, which is why in one poem composed by one of our elder Hawaiian kupuna, our aunties, she says, "Aya iwaina o Hawaii o Lanai." There in the middle of Hawaii is Lanai.
7 out of 10 men prefer Degree fragrances over a leading Old Spice fragrance. Degree men's deodorant. Mind-blowing fragrances.
Exterra Footwear. Buy yours now at exterrafootwear.com. This Exterra profile is presented by Degree Men Adventure. Meet Kimo Hanog, a 48-year-old local from Lanai City. For a big guy, he moves pretty well. But it hasn't been that way for a long, long time. Once a lean triathlete in his 20s, Kimo swelled to more than 280 pounds by his 40s. But life gave him a wake-up call as he began to face the reality of his family's long battle with obesity.
Everybody in my family has diabetes except me. And I'm actually the skinniest in my family too, so...
Looking for a change, Kimo heard about a new event, Tri Lanai, a sprint triathlon being held in his own backyard.
It was kind of hard to get a good reason to lose weight. And then Tri Lanai gave me a good reason because this was in front of like the hometown crowd. And
Kimo began training again, but it didn't come easy.
I couldn't really run. I had to walk, cramping, and I had pains where I never knew I could get pains before. And
Once the weight came off, the change was huge.
Oh yeah, you can feel a big difference. Even 20 pounds was a big difference. So 40 pounds, I felt way more energy. And
by race day, Kimo was ready and ready to make an impact on his community.
in the beginning, when seeing everybody's face, when they're looking at me like if I'm joking or not, because I was the only guy over 200 pounds. At the end, when everybody's seeing me finish, so, you know, it's like, oh, wow, he did it. And he's not last.
He now shares his new outlook on life and fitness with others.
I think it's important to live a healthy lifestyle here because everybody's here only for a short time. And even if you just go walking 10 minutes a day.
Kimo continues to train and eat right. He wants to get down to 200 pounds before the next Tri-Lanai. And after that, he set even higher goals.
I did a lot of road triathlons, but the mountain bike seems fun. And I seen the Exterra one on Maui, and that one looks really challenging.
His advice for older and heavier athletes?
Anybody can finish. You can just go at a slow pace and you can finish. That's what I tell everybody who asks me. They tell me, oh, what do you think? This was hard. I said, it was hard, but not impossible. Anybody can do the triathlon.
One of the great activities on the island of Lanai is mountain biking. The cycling community on the island is a small but tight-knit group that has access to some of the most spectacular biking trails in Hawaii.
Mountain biking on Lanai allows you to explore the island. It's 88,000 acres of basically just pure fun.
I could be out there for hours and hours and hours and never get tired of it. The terrain is fabulous. You can either be really easy or you can go into the high mountains and get your heart pumping and feeling great, and it's wonderful.
While Lanai is a fairly small island, the trails are endless with a wide variety of natural terrain. Mountain biking here can mean fast, dry trails near the beach, spectacular views of neighboring islands, or riding on the lush green mountain track of the Monroe Trail.
The variance in trails is pretty nice. We've got some pretty rocky stuff, some technical stuff. You can go down to the beach, come back up into the ferns, all that kind of change in one day is pretty nice.
And on Lanai, you just never know what you might see on any given day.
We had horses following us on a trail, sneaking up behind us to see if we had any food in our pockets. It was just awesome. It was a great, great ride today.
No matter your age or skill level, Lanai offers mountain biking for everyone. And for the lucky group of local riders, the trails of Lanai are their own piece of heaven on earth.
It's got everything for the little guys to the technical experts. You know, we've had the Exterra pros come over and they love some of the trails we've got. We've got people who come over who've never mountain biked before and they just enjoy getting out and riding in the green fields and seeing all the nature that's out there.
I'm the kind of biker that likes to take a little bit more risk than the normal biker. So I like the heart pumping and blood going kind of exhilaration that I get here on Lanai with my biking.
In the heart of Lanai City is the Hotel Lanai, known as Hawaii's best little inn. Originally built in 1923, this hotel is a throwback to Hawaii's plantation era. With 11 charming guest rooms and a warm, inviting atmosphere, the Hotel Lanai is simplicity at its best. Boasting comfortable accommodations, island-style nightlife, and award-winning cuisine at the Lanai City Grill, it's easy to see why the Hotel Lanai is Hawaii's best little inn.
Only one airline flies nonstop to Hawaii from more gateway cities. The airline that still provides complimentary meals, pillows, and blankets, and flies all roomy, wide-body planes to the islands. Only one airline has earned the nation's #1 ranking for service quality and performance. Only one airline is Hawaiian.
We set out to make the finest hair care products in the world. We never tested on animals, and we love the environment. Our success makes us a target for counterfeiters. They copy our packaging and basically sell you an inferior product. If you find our product in any drugstore or supermarket, it is either counterfeit or black market diverted product. We've done it right, and we've got a great track record. Only your salon guarantees the real Paul Mitchell.
Exterra Adventures is presented by Four Seasons Resorts Lanai. 2 exceptional Four Seasons experiences on 1 private Hawaiian island. Paul Mitchell, your hairstylist's favorite since 1980. And by Hawaiian Airlines. Hawaii starts here. The western coastline of Lanai offers a stunning contrast of crystal blue waters and jagged rock formations. Protected from the prevailing trade winds, this part of the island is especially ideal for kayaking and snorkeling. Island Adventure Fitness offers kayaking tours with a simple mission: get people to enjoy the great active outdoor adventures of Lanai.
You can see in the background here, it's just a wonderful kind of secluded little coastal area. We'll do snorkeling, we'll do some paddling, we'll get out and actually get onto the rock areas and check some things out, but the coastal access is just absolutely amazing.
Kayaking off of the west coast here of Lanai was just wonderful this morning. Fresh, brisk this morning as we took off, a little bit of wind, which was a little bit of effort to get over to the coast, but coming back the wind was pushing us all the way. It was really beautiful.
Paddling this coastline is a stunning adventure, and it only gets better once it goes underwater.
It's clean water, which is really hard to find more and more these days. There's caves that you can go through, little tunnels that you can dive depending on how skilled you are. It's just wonderful to find a place that's incredibly clean and clear.
Snorkeling was great today. It was really clear. We could see all the way to the bottom, which was about 60 feet at least. And there was a beautiful outcropping of coral down below, purpley, yellowy coral. And as I was swimming back to the boat, I saw a whole school of fish that were about 1.5 feet long, that were about the color of my sunglasses and shiny. And they were awesome, just swimming everywhere. It was beautiful.
Another great activity offered by Island Adventure Fitness is hiking on the historic Monroe Trail. This trail takes you to the top of Lanai's highest peak, offering spectacular views that are available nowhere else on the island.
The Monroe Trail is probably the most important hike you could do if you come to Lanai. It's the center of the island. It's got a razorback ridge that kind of goes from east to west. It's the highest point of the island. 3,370 feet is the top. But if you're going to get out and spend some time hiking, you want to do it because it's so unique and there's such a varied, still native plants and a lot of really indigenous plants that are really unique to Hawaii.